You walk every day, maybe a mile, maybe two. You've been doing it for years and you're proud of that. You should be. But here's something nobody's told you. Walking, as good as it is for your heart, does almost nothing to stop the specific type of muscle loss that's making your legs weaker right now. And if you've noticed it's getting harder to get up from a chair, or your knees feel shaky going downstairs, or you just don't feel as stable on your feet as you used to, that's not just aging. That's a fixable problem. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why this happens and give you 7 simple exercises you can do right at home, no equipment needed, that will actually rebuild real leg strength, even if you're starting from zero. Stay with me, because what you learn in the next few minutes could genuinely change how you move for the rest of your life. Welcome back. If you're new here, this channel is dedicated to helping people over 60 live stronger, more independent, and more energetic lives. Not with gimmicks, not with extreme workouts, just smart, science-backed movement that actually works for our bodies at this stage of life. Now, before we get into the exercises, I need to explain something first, because if you don't understand why your legs are getting weaker, you'll keep doing the wrong things and wondering why nothing changes. So let's talk about what's actually going on inside your muscle. Here's the truth about muscle loss after 60. Your muscles are made up of 2 main types of fibers. Type 1 fibers, sometimes called slow twitch fibers, are your endurance fibers. They're built for long, steady activity, like walking, like standing, like light cardio. Then there are type 2 fibers, fast twitch fibers. These are your power fibers. They're responsible for explosive, forceful movement. Things like standing up quickly from a chair, catching yourself when you slip, climbing stairs, or carrying groceries up a flight of steps. Here's the part that should get your attention. After the age of 60, type 2 muscle fibers shrink and disappear at a dramatically faster rate than type 1 fibers. This is a process called sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, and it specifically targets the muscle fibers that keep you strong, stable, and independent. Walking preserves your type 1 fibers reasonably well. That's great, but it almost completely ignores your type 2 fibers, the ones you're losing fastest. That's why so many people over 60 can walk a mile with no problem, but struggle to get up off a low couch, or feel their legs shake when they walk downstairs, or need to grab something to steady themselves when they stand up too fast. It's not because you're just getting old. It's because walking, wonderful as it is, isn't sending the right signal to your muscles to maintain that type 2 strength. The signal your muscles need is resistance. They need to work against something, your own body weight, gravity, a little challenge, in order to rebuild and maintain those fast twitch fibers. And here's the genuinely good news. Research shows that people well into their 70s and 80s can still build meaningful muscle strength with the right exercises. Your body doesn't lose the ability to respond to training just because you're older. It just needs the right kind of stimulus. That's exactly what these 7 exercises provide. Before we dive in, a quick and important note. If you have any joint replacements, recent surgeries, balance issues, or medical conditions affecting your mobility, please check with your doctor before starting any new exercise routine. Everything I'm showing you today is low impact and designed for seniors, but you know your body best. Also, if balance is a concern for you, do every single one of these exercises near a wall or a sturdy chair you can grab onto. Safety first, always. Alright, let's get into it. Exercise 1. Sit to stand, or chair squats. Why it works. This is the king of senior leg exercises, and for good reason. Every single day, you sit down and stand up dozens of times, but for most people over 60, this movement is getting harder, not because of aging, but because those type 2 quad and glute muscles have weakened from underuse. The sit-to-stand exercise trains exactly the muscles you use to rise from a chair, get up from the toilet, or stand up from your car seat. How to do it? Sit on a firm chair with your feet hip-width apart, flat on the floor. Cross your arms over your chest or extend them straight out in front for balance. Lean slightly forward from your hips. This is key. Don't skip this. Push through your heels and stand up fully. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Then slowly, and I mean slowly, lower yourself back down until you just barely touch the seat and stand right back up. The magic is in the slow lowering. That's where the real muscle building happens, the eccentric phase. Most people just drop into the chair. Don't do that. Control it all the way down. Reps. Start with 8 to 10. Work up to 3 sets of 12 to 15 over time. Modification. If you need to, use your hands on the armrests to assist. That's completely fine. Reduce the assistance as you get stronger. Exercise 2. Standing hill raises. Why it works. Your calf muscles, specifically the gastrocnemius and soleus, play a huge role in balance, walking stability, and preventing falls. Weak calves mean poor ankle stability, which means a higher risk of stumbling. This simple exercise is one of the most underrated things you can do for fall prevention. How to do it? Stand behind a chair, lightly holding the back for balance. Don't lean on it. Feet hip-width apart, toes pointing forward. Slowly rise up onto the balls of your feet as high as you can. Hold for 2 seconds at the top. Lower slowly. Again, don't just drop. Take 3 full seconds coming down. That's slow lowering. That's building the strength. Don't rush it. Reps. 12 to 15 reps. As you get stronger, try doing this on 1 foot at a time. That doubles the challenge and dramatically improves balance. Pro tip. Try doing these on the edge of a step. If you have stairs and can hold a railing safely, the extra range of motion at the bottom makes them even more effective. Exercise 3. Seated leg extensions. Why it works. The quadriceps, the muscles on the front of your thigh, are the primary muscles responsible for straightening your knee and supporting your weight when you walk, climb stairs, or stand up. Quad weakness is one of the #1 contributors to knee pain and instability in seniors. This exercise isolates and strengthens the quads without putting any stress on your joints. How to do it. Sit tall in a firm chair. Back away from the backrest if possible. Keeping your thigh flat on the seat, slowly straighten one leg out in front of you. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds when your leg is fully extended. Really squeeze your quad at the top. Slowly lower it back down. Don't let it drop. Alternate legs. Reps 10 to 12 per leg. Focus on that squeeze at the top. That's where the muscle fiber activation happens. Progression. As this gets easier, add a light ankle weight. Even a 1 or 2 count weight makes a meaningful difference. Exercise 4. Side-lying hip abduction, hip strengthener. Why it works. This one targets your hip abductors, the muscles along the outside of your hip and upper thigh. These muscles are absolutely critical for side-to-side stability when you walk. Weak hip abductors are a leading cause of the wobbly gait pattern that develops in older adults, and they're a major fall risk factor. Strong hip abductors mean a more stable, confident stride. How to do it. Lie on your side on a firm surface, floor or a firm bed. Keep your body in a straight line. Bottom knee can be slightly bent for comfort. Keeping your top leg straight and your foot flexed, toes pointing forward, not up. Slowly raise your top leg to about 45 degrees. Hold for 2 seconds. Lower slowly. Reps 12 to 15 per side. Do both sides every session. Note, if getting to the floor and back up is difficult, that's actually another sign these muscles need work. Use a couch or a firm bed instead and practice the floor transition carefully over time. Exercise 5. Standing hip hinge, deadlift pattern. Why it works. This is the movement that protects your lower back and trains your hamstrings and glutes, the muscles on the back of your legs. Most seniors have extremely underdeveloped posterior chains. That's the fancy term for back of body muscles. And it contributes directly to lower back pain, poor posture, and difficulty bending down to pick things up. How to do it. Stand with feet hip-width apart. Soft bend in your knees. Place hands on your thighs. Keeping your back flat, not rounded. Slowly hinge forward from your hips, sliding your hands down toward your shins. You should feel a pull in the back of your thighs. That's your hamstrings. Go as far as you can while keeping your back flat. This looks different for everyone. Squeeze your glutes and drive your hips forward to come back up to standing. Reps, 10 to 12 reps, slow and controlled. Critical form note. The back stays flat throughout. If your back rounds, stop there. That's your current range of motion. It will improve over weeks of consistent practice. Exercise 6. Step-ups or stair steps. Why it works? Step-ups are one of the most functional exercises you can do because they directly train the exact movement pattern of climbing stairs. They challenge the quads, glutes, and calves simultaneously, and they train balance and single leg stability, which is crucial for everyday safety. How to do it? Stand facing the bottom step of your stairs, one hand on the railing. Step up with your right foot, placing it fully on the step. Press through that right heel to bring your left foot up to meet it. Stand tall on the step. Step back down with the right foot first, then the left. Alternate which foot leads each time. Reps, 10 to 12 reps per leg. Important, don't rush. The slower and more controlled you do these, the more muscle you're building and the safer it is for your joints. No stairs, a low, very stable step stool works. Just make sure it will not slide. Place it against a wall. Exercise 7. Wall sit, isometric quad hold. Why it works? This final exercise is an isometric exercise, meaning your muscles work hard without any movement. Wall sits are exceptional for building quad endurance and strength without any joint impact. They also build serious mental toughness, which, honestly, is part of building strength at any age. Research has also shown that isometric exercises like wall sits can help improve blood pressure and arterial health, an added bonus for seniors. How to do it? Stand with your back flat against a smooth wall. Walk your feet out and slide down until your knees are at roughly a 90-degree angle, or as far as is comfortable. Your thighs should be roughly parallel to the ground, or as close as you can comfortably manage. Hold that position. Arms can rest on your thighs or be crossed at your chest. Hold time. Start with 15 to 20 seconds. Work up to 45 to 60 seconds over several weeks. Even a 10-second hold is a valid starting point. No shame in starting there. To come up, push through your heels, use the wall for support, and stand up slowly. Now you have all 7 exercises. Here's how to actually use them. You don't need to do all 7 in one session, especially not at first. Week 1 to 2, pick 3 or 4 exercises. Do 1 set of each. That's it. Let your muscles adapt. If you feel sore the next day, that's good soreness. That means your muscles are responding. Week 3 to 4, add a second set. Add a couple more exercises. Ongoing, aim for 3 sessions per week with a rest day in between. You don't build muscle during exercise, you build it during recovery. Rest days are not optional. They're where the magic happens. You can still walk on your off days. Walking and these exercises work beautifully together. Walking keeps your heart and circulation healthy. These exercises keep your legs strong, your balance sharp, and your independence intact. The full routine takes about 20 to 25 minutes once you know the exercises. That's it. Let me be real with you. You are not going to feel dramatically different after one session or even 1 week. But here's what most people tell me after 3 to 4 weeks of doing these consistently. Getting up from a chair feels easier. Stairs don't feel as daunting. Their balance feels more solid. They walk with more confidence. By 8 weeks, real measurable change. Stronger legs, better posture, more stability. The research backs this up. A study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that adults over 65 who did resistance training just twice a week saw significant improvements in leg strength, balance, and functional mobility within 8 to 12 weeks. You have more capacity to change than you've been told. Your muscles are waiting for this signal. Here's what I want you to do right now. Before you close this video, pick just one of these exercises. Just one. The sit to stand is a great starting point. It's functional, safe, and immediately useful. Do one set, right now or today. That's your only commitment. Because the hardest part isn't the exercise itself. It's starting. And once you start, once you feel your legs working and responding, something shifts. You realize you're not helpless in this. You have real power over how you age. If this video helped you, hit that thumbs up button. It genuinely helps more people find this content who need it. Subscribe if you haven't already, because we cover topics like this every week. Practical, evidence-based strategies for staying strong, mobile, and independent after 60. And drop a comment below. Tell me which exercise you're going to start with today. I read every single one. I'll see you in the next video. Take good care of those legs. They have carried you a long way. And with a little attention, they'll carry you a whole lot further.